So good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, whatever time it's probably catching you. I just want to welcome you to DehYahSpora-Channel. I mean, it's just such a pleasure to be here. I greet all those from the UK, from Canada, from America, or the entire Caribbean, the entire region. Bienvenue, welcome. A little patois, Sakafet, come on, ye. How you doing? Let's go. Let's do it. Mr. West, happy to be here. Nice. So my name is Danil Denis, St. Lucian born, currently living in Trinidad. And today I want to tell you about the people, the culture, the food, the seasonings, everything, the religious background. As much as I know, I'll try my best to represent. It's gonna be a fun, it's gonna be exciting, and trust me, you're gonna be convicted because you wanna come down to Trinidad after this interview. So let's do this. So, of course, as you may know, Trinidad, I mean, the culture is diverse, it's multicultural, cosmopolitan. We have Africans, we have Indians, we have Chinese, we have Syrians. I mean, it's all out here. If you go on the religious side, you have Christians, you have Hindu, you have the Muslim. I mean, you got a multifaceted. When you talk about diaspora, I think Trinidad is the epitome of diaspora. If you're talking food, I mean, it's multicultural as well. We have the Creole food, we have the Chinese food, and I mean, people are not afraid to try new cuisines out here. So trust me, it's gonna be a great time. Notwithstanding, we have lots and lots of popular people who have touched so many facets of society all over the world. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be living in Trinidad. It's been a good what 7 8 years I've been here. Have my Trinidadian wife and my daughter as well. So I'm fully fledged into it. I just wish I had this Trini accent, but man, it's still very much St. Lucian. So big up, big up, big up all the St. Lucians. Big up all those from the Caribbean, wherever you're tuning in from, and it's gonna be epic. Let's go. The Shadow Benny. I mean, coming from St. Lucia, I have so many funny stories about just the food culture in Trinidad. But I'll speak about this one, Shadow Benny. So where I come from, we normally use Shadow Benny as tea. And I mean, for a Trinidadian to hear that, they're like, oh my gosh, Shadow Benny for tea. And I remember after I spent about 7 8 months in Trinidad, when I went back to St. Lucia, I said, Mom, Shadow Benny, we put this in the seasoning for food. And I made my mother tried it and she never stopped using it. Shadow Benny is just the secret ingredient. I mean, we use it for chow, we use it for seasoning for fish, for chicken. I mean, you can't do without your Shadow Benny. So I love it. What I love about it as well is it gives a strong patois name. You know, when you talk about Shadow Benny, this strongly is patois related. And because in St. Lucia we speak two languages, Creole and English. So here in Shadow Benny, I mean, it's just fantastic. It's a great ingredient. Anybody who does not know about Shadow Benny, look about it online, getting it, put it in your food, put it in your doubles, everything. Shadow Benny, nice. The famous doubles. I mean, coming from the islands, you normally, once you hit Trinidad, you have to put doubles at the top of your list. And I mean, and again, it's just funny stories. I remember when I just came to Trinidad, first couple of months, I say I want some doubles, everything slight pepper, and they put just a little bit of pepper, and I started to boil. I started to sweat. But now, I mean, put my pepper, put it medium, put it heavy. Let me get the doubles. Let me get it going. I mean, the only thing is, and get it. I have to ask my wife to help me. I can't eat doubles on the spot in my hand. I have to wrap it up and then eat it like a roti. So forgive me. But I love my doubles. Give me my doubles anytime. Give me my curry. Give me my curry. Oh yes. Oh gosh, the curry. The curry. Give me the curry. Give me the curry. Give me the curry. And we just had Indian Arrival Day this weekend, and my God, it was epic. When we went to the shops were filled up. Everybody line up for the bus up shot. You line up for your roti. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I mean, you cannot come to Trinidad and don't like curry or don't like roti. I think it's one of the best spices in the world. And I tell you, whenever I eat a proper roti, a proper curry, I say, Lord, I thank you that the Indians made it to Trinidad. Proper thing, like the Trinidad say, proper thing. Gosh. Oh gosh, we getting you hungry. Bake and Shack. Again, I never heard about Bake and Shack. It's not something where I come from in St. Lucia, but when I come to Trinidad, of course, you must hear about the Bacon Shack down in Maracas. And I remember going down there, and I never see so many toppings. I mean, they had about 20 different type of toppings just to put on the shack, and the thing tastes nice. So of course, you had to go to the beach, get your bacon shack, and that's the beauty about the culture. And what I love about Trinidad in particular, everything that tastes nice. Mostly all the food tastes nice. So whether it's roti, whether it's doubles, whether it's bacon shack, oh my gosh, it's nice, it's nice, it's nice. Hey, I have some funny stories, right? So we probably don't have it up there, but probably some of you, especially from Trinidad, would have heard about jira. You know, it's a type of seasoning out here. So Mr. West, I went down to camp in South. I just came to Trinidad. I have no idea what Jira is. So at the camp, the young men started to tell me, hey, it's Jira tonight, you know. Jira coming tonight. You know, and the older people started to say, hey, what's going on? Jira coming tonight, you know. And Mr. West, I thought was a powerful man of God. I start to pray and I start to fast. I wondering, who is this man of God? Who is Jira? Who is Jira? Is when I see they open the silver pot, I get to know Jira is a type of seasoning. I say, oh my gosh. I could see her truly laughing, laughing, laughing. You know, so like I say, just so many fun memories. After that, I've loved Jira ever since. It's one of my wife's favorite seasoning. So anytime anybody come into Trinidad, ask them, tell them you want the Jira pork or you want the Jira neck or you want the Jira chicken. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. We going. Trinidad, we outside. And of course, for simply Trini cooking, we see Felix Padilla here. And what I love about Trinidad, yes, as well, you could get a lot of different cookbooks, making it as simple as possible, but one of the best flavors in the world. Yeah, man. Yeah. So we're just enjoying it, just speaking about Trinidad. Big up all those in London, those in America, those in Canada, those throughout the diaspora, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada, I'm in Antigua, Barbados, Martinique, Sakafet, Comoye, all the French Francophone, everyone. Tout moon. Yes, so we're just doing an overview of the twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago, the beach. Pigeon Point, Tobago. I love it. I think one of the reasons why I really love Tobago, it reminds me so much of St. Lucia because when you talk about St. Lucia, you're talking about one of the most fantastic beaches you could ever come across. And if you're talking about Tobago, you're also talking island life, island time. I mean, the time just slows down, and I just love going to the beaches. I just love going to the beaches. It's clear, it's always a vibe, it's always a mood, always something going on. And I mean, so if you're coming down to Trinidad, don't be afraid to go over to Tobago. I mean, it's a strong tourism island, and I just love it. I love the people, I love the vibe, I love the mood. I mean, if you want to rest, if you want activities, you can all get it right there, and everything is close by because it's a much smaller island than Trinidad. So we love it. We love just going down and enjoying the vibe and enjoying the sun. Fun in the sun. The pitch lake, you know, and that's the beauty about Trinidad and Tobago. One of the beauties about it is that there are so much natural resources. So as much as the culture is very strong, the natural resources are very strong. And as you could see, we have the peach lake, and it was the first time I saw actual peach growing in people's yard and growing into the road. My God! And so the natural resources are very high. If you're talking energy, the natural gas, and so many things that are happening out here. As a matter of fact, most of my childhood snacks were from Trinidad. So if you're talking holiday, you're talking sunshine, I mean, and the list goes on and on, shandy and so many other things. I mean, a lot of things were built out here in Trinidad. And so it's really, really a blessed country. And I'm just so glad to be a part of it in this time and in this season. So we have the library, Pitch Lake, and of course, persons bathe there. As you can see, persons also go across. They do sites. As a matter of fact, one of the churches that interacting with just getting set to do a trip down there at the Pitch Lake in Labre, so in South Trinidad. There's also the mud volcano in South Trinidad as well. Lovely, lovely thing. It's not huge, it doesn't erupt, but it's just so good. There's mud bath and people bathe in it as well. So there are so many, like I said, so many natural resources that persons could partake of in Trinidad, and it's just lovely, lovely, lovely. And it's just so interesting. If we're talking oil and gas as well, I remember sometimes just being in South and you would see some of this oils and different stuff right there in people's yard, and it's just wow, Wow, wow. God has really, really blessed this land. Like they say, it's La Trinity, which is the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I firmly believe that God places his hand. So again, welcome to DehYahSpora-Channel. We're representing the UK, the Canada, America, and the entire Caribbean. Wherever you're tuning in from, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go. Let's continue to do this. Yes, so we're continuing, of course, just speaking about the culture, the things that are happening around. There are so many, so many, so many different aspects that you can touch on. And the thing about the Caribbean, like I said, is a diaspora, and diaspora really means people with the same beliefs or the same background or the same culture, just a lot of things that are shared. And what I recognize is that a lot of things are part and parcel of what makes up the Caribbean or what people identify when they say that they are part of the Caribbean. As you can see, Carnival is a big part of the culture. And I remember this guy, what's his name? I Show Speed. One of these famous influencers, and he was in Trinidad, he was in St. Lucia in Grenada. And what I find interesting is that most of the persons find themselves portraying either carnival costumes or everything like that. So it shows that it's really part and parcel of the culture. Notwithstanding my background, of course, I'm a pastor now, but I remember even at a young age, I would have had my own carnival band, getting involved in carnival at a young age. Of course, there's a kiddies carnival and so many things like that. Of course, I'm not a part of that now, but I'm still very aware that it's part of the culture that makes up the Caribbean. Of course, not everybody takes part. For instance, me, and because of course my religious beliefs, I'm not a part of it. But I know it's very vibrant, it's very active, it's something we cannot run from, but it is what it is. 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 So I could identify, of course, because of where I come from, what it is to be on the road and everything like that. But of course, it's a different route now. It's a different route. Nice. All right. So of course, Trinidad has a lot of popular people. We're talking from history up until now. I mean, Trinidad has really touched the lives of a lot of people around the world. And just to name a few, of course, Dwight York would have played for Manchester United. I mean, when you go around and you speak football, I think he has really Manchester Unitedized almost the entire Trinidad. But a lot of people support Manchester United, of course, through Dwight York. We also have Shaka Hislop as well, if we're talking football. And I remember when Trinidad made the World Cup. And I mean, you would still see those stories. And even my wife, I mean, she was much younger at the time, and she would just talk about the euphoria that happened. She would just talk about the amount of things, and so many people still speak about it today. And it's just good to be on this land today to say that, you walk on the same land as the Dwight York Stadium as well in Tobago. And then if we're talking cricket, of course, you cannot leave out Sir Brian Charles Lara. I mean, as a young man growing up, he was definitely many of us our idol, and it's good to see. Of course, he's from of course the Prince of Port of Spain. They call him. He just opened his restaurant and so many things like that. So it's good to see him coming back. We also have Bravo. We have Pollard. I mean, the cricket, the IPL. I mean, West Indies. You cannot talk West Indies cricket and don't talk Trinidad. So it's just good. It's just so good. It's just so good to have so many popular people in and out of Trinidad right on the shores. Oh, yes, man. And then we continue. We also have people like popular, a man who fought with it for the African movement, as it were, and that's the beauty about Trinidad and Tobago. Like we said, we spoke about the Indians, we spoke about and the Africans, and there were people that fought, there were people that stood in the gap, almost like our own Martin Luther. And of course, we thank God for them and what they would have done. And what I love about stories like this is just one person, one man deciding to stand, one man deciding to make up a stand, and it changes the course of history. So we thank God, we thank God, we thank God for them. All the patriarchs, all the patriarchs. Nice, nice, nice. I like that stand. And of course, Marshall Montano, of course, definitely would have had his impact, especially regarding the soca and calypso, as it were. Impact a lot of young people, especially in that field, try to emulate. A lot of connections have been made throughout the Caribbean. And like I said, as a young man growing up, which I was part and parcel of the carnival, of course, Marsha would have been very big when he would have come, Sherwood Winchester and everything like that. So it's definitely, again, part of the culture, part of the excellence of the land, I would say, and how people express themselves, especially in this time. So, of course, yes. And we have
Yeah,
the popular Darkest House. who would have fought for Africans and fought for black people from Trinidad as well, when and born in Trinidad and in England, fighting for blacks. And what fascinated me when I lived in England, I was fascinated at the amount of Africans, the amount of black, I mean, with the Caribbean, the Jamaica, I mean, we have our people out there. And again, when we have men like this standing, it really shows the quality of men and the quality of people that come from or that came from Trinidad. So of course we salute them. We thank God for them and all those who would have fought before. So now we could have that freedom and now we could connect, and now we could also have our families in places like the UK, in Canada, and in America. So we thank God for that. And of course, we cannot leave out Sir Trevor McDowell. Of course, those in the UK would know, very, very popular journalist. And I also think of one of my brothers out here, James Saunders. So I know he would have known about him. And that is what we're speaking about. And again, that is the quality of the Trinidadians' history. And I mean, that's just a tip of the iceberg. Because if you're talking Calypso and if you're talking this and you're talking that, I mean, the list goes on and on. And of course, we salute him for what he's done. And just the last time, I had like a little vision, and I saw myself just climbing on top of people, but not in a negative way. And the Lord started to show me, here, what's going on. These are the shoulders of the men that you would need to climb on. It's like a ladder to go up. And a lot of things we celebrate today are men like these that stood up. A lot of men like this that stand and put Trinidad on the map. And we just thank God. We thank God. We salute them. We salute our patriarchs. Yeah, man. Of course, our Prime Minister. I pray for dearly. I pray for dearly. As a matter of fact, the Bible reminds us that we ought to pray for those in authority and those to live a peaceful life. And definitely one of my duties, I pray for her. I firmly believe that once you are a part of the land, you pray for the prosperity of the land, the blessing of the land, regardless of who is in charge, and even more so for those who are in charge. So, of course, we thank God for the government. Without government, only God knows what would have happened in the land. So, you have ordained governance, to govern the people and to govern well. And we just again thank God for her, that she has chosen to stand, that God has appointed her in this time and in this season, and the entire cabinet, the entire government. We thank God for them, and we just pray and continue to hope for all the best. Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's just so good. It's just so good. It's just been a pleasure just speaking about Trinidad and Tobago. Like I said, I try my best to do justice to every part, every aspect of the culture as best as I can. And again, big up to all those from the UK, from Canada, from the Caribbean. We're happy that you are just joining in. And I hope that this just encourage you to come down to Trinidad, man. So it was a pleasure being here, Mr. West. Thank you so much for inviting me again. My name is Danil Denis from St. Lucia, currently living in Trinidad, and it was just a pleasure just touching base with you and just whetting your appetite in regards to Trinidad and Tobago, the land, the culture, the people, where every creed and race would find an equal place. And may God bless our nation. Blessings. Thanks for having me.